Good afternoon and happy Sunday, everybody. This is Coach Irene, and I just wanted to come on for a few minutes today, Sunday, June 11th, and just give you a little motivation on today. My title for today's motivation is The Understudy. The Understudy. And an understudy, in layman's term, is simply a person who learns another's role in order to be able to act as a replacement in short notice, right? At the drop of a hat. So you may not feel that you should be a person's understudy, especially if you've been in that understudy role for a long time, or there's been other instances where you were overlooked, or you're anxious about it. You're like, so I'm supposed to be the person in charge, or I'm supposed to be the starring in the starring role. But the Bible tells you be anxious for nothing. Sometimes we have to wait our turn. And you may ask the question, why am I an understudy? You know, someone may give you that opportunity. Why am I an understudy? Well, being an understudy is where we've all been. I've been there, you've been there, some may still be there. And it's not a bad thing at all. You know, some of the most famous and talented people in the world were understudies. They were somebody else's understudy. Um, Now the word boss, that's a totally different thing. Although we do have some bosses, it's just a word that I personally do not use. I do not use the word boss for various reasons, because I've been in a position or positions where I've either seen or been a part of an organization where if someone said they were your boss, they use it negatively. Not all organizations or departments or codes or whatever use it in a negative way, but it's just not my choice. I don't use the word boss. I prefer to use words like supervisor or my leader or director or manager. And yes, I was understudies in those positions, and proud of it, you know. And but even with leaders and managers and supervisors, bosses, whoever, there are great leaders, great bosses, and they're not so great ones. So you have to choose what you want to be, how you want to be. So some examples of understudies are Tom Brady, for instance. Tom Brady, um, Bledsoe, was placed on the Patriots until a serious injury on September 23rd, 2001. And the second year, he became the backup quarterback into the starring role, right? So he was an understudy. Teddy Roosevelt, he was the vice president, and he only ascended to the presidency after William McKinley was assassinated on September 6, 1901. So he was also an understudy. Tim Cook, excuse me, Tim Cook, not Tom, but Tim. Cook stepped into position for Steve Jobs when the Apple co-founder and CEO took a medical leave in early 2001. And people were leery about whether Tim could actually do the job or not, but he proved them wrong. And he did an outstanding job, and he's actually um, presiding over 75% rise in Apple's stock price right now, if not more. And he diversified the company. Anthony Hopkins, we all know Anthony Hopkins in his many starring roles. Uh, he was he's one of the biggest stars to come from the humble role of understudy, right? So I think he was the understudy for Lawrence Oliver, I think it was. Yeah, he was the understudy for Lawrence Oliver. And then he just flourished after that. He made it to the big stage theater and just kept moving. Brittany Johnson, this is the last one I'll tell you about Brittany Johnson. She was the understudy for the starring role Glinda, the role for the Good Witch. And she was the first black actor to play Glinda full time in an 18-year history. So I'm just here to tell you today that it's okay to be an understudy. It's okay to be humble about that as well. So if someone is offering you a position as an understudy, it may be even called intern in your area. If you're an understudy, be humble about it. Do not be anxious about it. You'll know at the time that you're supposed to move forward. It may just mean that you will be the CEO sooner than you think. So, understudy is not a bad word, it's not a bad position to be in. And I just wanted to encourage you on today. So, until next time, you have a blessed and wonderful week. Bye bye.